We anchored in Porto Leone, a bay in the island of Kalamos. Quiet, beautiful, completely empty. But 2 days later, the wind shifted and everything changed. Welcome to Sailing Sofia with Tui and Max. Come along with us in our journey to Kalamos. After leaving Meganisi, we headed back to Nydri to refill water, stock up on food, and wait for better weather. We did our laundry and got foods and water. March weather brought some rains and winds. Waiting can feel slow, but it's part of the journey. And we were so happy when finally the rainy days were over. We lifted the dinghy on deck and set our route on the chart plotter. And it's time to say goodbye to Nydri. We had a light wind on the nose and must go between the islands, so Max preferred to motor. We had breakfast and enjoyed the scenery before the wind came. Finally, Max fell out both sails. We had good wind, but we must take to keep our course. After having lunch, we looked at our chart and decided to change plan. Instead of going to the south end of Kalamos, we sailed to the north end first. It's exactly where the wind brought us to, and it became a very nice, relaxed sail. After we rounded the North Cap, the wind died down a bit. Max rolled up the Genoa and we motor sailed. For our first night, we anchored outside of the port of Kalamos. It looked very calm, but as the night fell, swell came in. And we knew that it's not a good place to stay. The next morning we lifted the anchor and we motored 2.9 nautical miles south to Porto Leone. This part of the coast is very special and beautiful, with old windmill ruins. Porto Leone is a big bay, wild and abandoned, quiet in this time of the year. There are 3 small bays in this big bay, and we anchored in the second bay with stern lines ashore and 50 meters anchor chain. Calm and clear blue water invited to a swim. Max did his much-needed haircut and jumped in, refreshing himself in the 12 degrees Celsius warm water like a real Viking. Then we rowed our dinghy along the shore to have a look at the ruins. Afterwards, we rode to the next bay, where there's a path to the chapel on the hill. Unfortunately, the chapel was closed to visitors, but it was still worthy to go there. There is Sofia. Look at the stunning view we had on the whole bay. We woke up the next day to this quiet and peaceful view. We got to shore again for a short walk. Spring gave the nature a beautiful lush green with colorful tiny wildflowers, but we were saddened with the view of so much trash, mostly plastic, all over the beach. As we were back to our boat, the wind picked up and blew direct in our cockpit. The forecast predicted milder wind, so we were a little bit unprepared. Max made a quick decision. We untied the landlines and motored to the opposite shore. We found good protection and Max decided to anchor free with 60 meters of chain. And just like that, everything changed again. We had a beautiful sunset, quiet water, a calm night, finally rest. The next day we lifted the anchor and continued our journey to another beautiful anchorages. Subscribe and sail along with us. Thanks for watching. See you next week.